Hello, Claire, and thanks for joining us on the news segment. We begin with health. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with women around the world being united through a series of activities aimed at highlighting issues around the disease. Deborah Balabobo reports that women in Abuja also joined the Pink October trend with a sensitization campaign at Jabi Lake.
You're looking to see whether the chest is rising or falling, right?
Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. And this is what the Pink October group is highlighting, drawing the attention of Nigerians on the need to be health conscious by keeping the environment clean, while also creating awareness about breast cancer with free testing.
Let's bring those people together and try to do something. That's the reason why we have physiotherapy here. We're doing health checks as well. They can check your vitals. They're doing manual checks for early detection of breast cancer, because you know early detection for breast cancer is the best. If you detect it early, you can find a solution.
That's the essence of this event, to sensitize people about breast cancer, to have people that, if possible, people that have survived it to come over and talk.
Create awareness on cancer, particularly the breast cancer. It's a serious public health concern. It's ravaging humanity.
The environmental officials should be going round. Anybody found doing that kind of a thing, they find them. They should stop it. We should try and keep our environment very clean.
The exercise, they say, will be an annual event to further push down the message of healthy living. In Abuja, Deborah Balabobo, NTA News.
Let's talk governance. The Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, says although his party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, did not participate in the just concluded local government election, he had to ensure that the rule of law prevailed for Rivers communities to benefit from ongoing development in the state. The governor, Fubara, stated this during the swearing-in of 23 local government chairmen who emerged winners at the October 5 local government council election in the state.
Swearing-in ceremony followed the declaration of the outstanding result from Eche local government area, where the candidate of the Action Alliance won the election. Governor Fubara charged them to emulate his leadership style, be selfless, and see their position as an opportunity to serve the people, build sustainable peace, and make life better for their communities.
Continue to use the means of peace, the means of ensuring that this state, the asset of this state is protected, the means of ensuring the federal government that we are not going to be party to any breakdown of law and order in this state.
The governor thanked the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for giving him the support to carry out this national assignment. Some chairmen speak on their readiness to change the narrative and ensure that Rivers people in the 23 local government areas are given their rights of place.
I'm going to do my best to unite everyone in Eche to make sure that we have an environment where investors can come.
We appreciate the governor of Rivers State for letting other parties take part in this election, regardless that his party was not part of it. And for the women of Rivers State, I'm going there to make them proud.
Is to create a medium-time, kind of job structure for the people of Okrika, and then see how best we can partner with some international investors that can come into Okrika.
2 out of the 23 chairmen are women. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
Now, concerned by the death of successful applicants from Southeast in the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, the federal government has engaged students and tertiary institutions from the region in an educative session on modalities and requirements of accessing the loan. Caleb Coach Ogoma reports.
On the instance of the federal government, the Southeast Citizens Assembly was organized to find solutions to the impediments that has led to paucity of successful applicants from Southeast in the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, which the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement Southeast, Chioma Nweze, says is one out of many national interventions the region has not keyed into.
I'm here to encourage you that since government has put this NEL fund out, you should take advantage of it. Don't say that you don't need it. Everybody needs a cushion one way or the other.
Nobody is forcing anybody to take a loan, but if you need it, please apply for it, because we don't want people dropping out of school.
Students and management of tertiary institutions in the Southeast are of the view that the engagement has allayed their fears of disconnection from the loan.
The Southeast seem to be lukewarm about doing what others are doing, hence this enlightenment.
I hope that this exercise will help us benefit maximally from this pledges from the presidency.
The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, is an initiative of the federal government geared towards ensuring that financial barriers does not stop educational pursuit of any Nigerian student, irrespective of background. In Abakaliki, Caleb Obona, NTA News.
Caleb Obona there reporting. Meanwhile, the Orogun of Okela, Oba Adedokun Abolarin, calls on well-to-do individuals to assist government through massive investments in the nation's education sector and promote intellectual development as means of securing a brighter future. Femi Afariogun reports.
10 years of its establishment, Oasis Royal Academy Osogbo has recorded tremendous progress as stakeholders gathered to celebrate the school. The Orogun of Okela, Oba Adedokun Abolarin, in his lecture, rated the standard of education in Nigeria high, stressing that Nigerians need to believe in the system.
Government alone cannot do it. Private citizens, private individuals must get engaged in things that will promote citizenship.
Secretary to Osun State Government, Teslim Igbalayi, and other stakeholders also advised the students to remain focused, saying education remains a major part of their lives.
To have a lot of things have been done, like more than 500 or 600 schools have been renovated in Osun State presently, and it's still ongoing. So those are the things we are doing for our people, for the students and the teachers.
One of the founders of the school, Mrs. Oluwaseyi Salam, who says the school is adopting the best technology of smart board for its students, advised parents to always check on their children.
The new generation of parents push everything to the school. They should spend more time with their children at home. Check what the children are doing. Be more involved in the education of their children.
Highlights of the event were presentation by students of Oasis, while awards were also given to distinguished Nigerians. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
In other news, aside the fund associated with various gaming activities, BetKing, a product of SV Gaming Limited, is making gaming more interesting by putting out cash for grabs while promoting responsible gaming among Nigerian youths. Diana Ajale, who was at the third series of BetKing competition in Lagos, reports that it will remain a memorable evening for gamers who participated in this year's edition.
Beyond the scope, BetKing Gamer Series is a platform that provides additional excitement, thrilling experiences, and passion for game lovers, professional players, tech-savvy, and spectators interested in the latest gaming activities. The competition, organized by BetKing in collaboration with Carvin, showcases two gaming categories known as Call of Duty and Fortnite, featuring double elimination tournament at knockout stages using PS5 and Xbox gaming tools.
For us at BetKing, we are trying to showcase these guys to the outside world. So for us, it's not all about betting. It's about empowering community, not just community, but individuals. We want to use this event to also push that mantra, to tell our customers out there that please don't go beyond your limit.
Total prize money out for grabs is 1.5 million naira, and the first position will be smiling home with 500,000 naira, while the second position will be given 250,000 naira.
With Bet King as our partners, showing the world and showing gamers that we can as well make something for the gaming community. The gaming community is profitable, and as a gamer, you can make money from doing something you love.
Time allocated for each game is half an hour, depending on when the competitors get to the final stage with a clash using state-of-the-art technology. Meanwhile, no dull moments staying with Bet King, as even the onlookers were also engaged meaningfully at the event. Bet King is a sports betting platform and entertainment company offering online gaming services in Nigeria, as well as other African countries like Kenya and Ethiopia, with other sporting games, including football. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Arla Foods, makers of Dano Milk, have again shown commitment towards utilizing 100% natural milk, which not only enhances the richness of their products, but also reinforces their dedication towards providing consumers with the finest dairy experience. This is evident with the launch of 2 more products, Dano Cool Cow and Dano Full Cream Evaporated Milk in Lagos. Hingano John Adams, who attended the unveiling of the products, tells us more.
Behold the grand entry of Dano Cool Cow and Dano Full Cream Evaporated Milk into the market. Managing Director, Arla Foods, says unveiling of the carefully crafted products shows the company's commitment towards providing affordable and nourishing dairy options for Nigerian families.
With a brand, historic brand like Dano, and emphasize a lot on trust, good taste, and I have no doubt that bringing this valuable nutrition to what Nigeria needs and the consumers here, they will be appreciating this very, very much.
For a long time we've been discussing about this market and thinking about how to enter and get it. And all of our partners were really excited today when we launched this program, and we have very big hopes from this.
Management of the company says each of the product is fortified with essential vitamins and minerals, giving quality and affordability priority.
When we say taste the Dano difference, we want consumers to taste the Dano promise of great tastes, of guaranteed quality and nutrition. Our vision in Nigeria is to create the future of dairy by bringing health and inspiration naturally to consumers, and this is what we've been doing. We appreciate our partners.
This is basically to ensure that everybody has a choice to make. Dano evaporated milk is a very versatile ingredient which you can use any time of the day, at breakfast or in any type of meal, and this is also to ensure that Nigerians have opportunity to enjoy more quality dairy products.
With this unveiling, the satisfaction is that consumers will always experience the unique taste and nourishing benefits that set the brand apart in the dairy market. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
Away from nutrition, the National Assembly is to consider appropriating constituency projects to domicile in the Federal University of Transportation, Daura, to enhance infrastructure requirements of the Young Specialized Institution of Learning. Committees on Transportation of the Senate and House of Representatives, in company of the Minister of Transportation, disclosed this during an oversight visit in Daura, Katsina State. Ladibala brings us details.
The oversight visit is the first by the Joint Committee on the Pioneer Specialized University in Africa, and the Vice-Chancellor did not leave anything to chance in explaining the curriculum of the school.
The program we are running, there's no any university here in Nigeria you can get this university, because even the civil engineers, the electrical engineers, the mechanical, mechatronics are directly for transportation.
Questions bordering on federal character principle, employment of qualified lecturers, and staying focused on the objective of the university were raised by some of the legislators.
I would want you not to be tempted by this urge of trying to populate your university for the essence of having entirely generated revenue and not derail from your focus.
Even though a lot
has been done, but a lot need to be done. We will talk to our colleagues. Apart from us being committee members, we will talk to other committees to also domicile their project in this university.
The idea of the university itself is a specialized university. What made it specialized? Because we have specialized courses that they are going to undertake training in both character and learning.
The university is dedicated to developing professionals in transportation and railway engineering and related fields in the transport sector. In Abuja, Ladibala, NTA News.
Now, banks and other financial institutions in Nigeria must maintain strict adherence to the principle of knowing their customers with due diligence to curb illicit financial flows in the country. This part of recommendations at a roundtable on curbing illicit financial flow in Nigeria, organized by the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center. John Yaku brings us details.
Insecurity, poor infrastructural facilities in hospitals and schools, among other negative effects, are attributed to shortage of funds to carry out development projects due to illicit financial flow in Nigeria.
Nigeria continues to lose a lot of resources as a result of the activities of some few unpatriotic Nigerians who continuously siphon public taxpayers' money.
Development expert Dr. Harry Udo, in his presentation, identified corruption, failure on the part of banks and other financial institutions, as well as regulatory bodies to carry out due diligence in their operations as what perpetrate these crimes against the nation.
Illicit financial flows remain an urgent issue in Nigeria.
To increase awareness and understanding that leads to collaborating with banks, other financial institutions and corporations on promoting fair finance in Nigeria.
We have, a lot of these regulations and laws are actually in place, but the institutions that should implement these laws are actually not stepping up to the plate.
Security agencies, banking and other regulatory bodies were represented at the roundtable. John Yaku, NTA News.
To security matters, the Enugu State Government has demolished a property linked to kidnapping activities in Agwo local government area. Chika Ogu reports that landowners were advised to be mindful of activities being carried out on their property.
According to the chairman, Enugu Capital Territory Development Authority, ECTDA, the demolition of the duplex at Amabo Owele Court in Ogu local government area followed an incident which occurred in May this year when a young man was abducted in Enugu town and taken to the building, with a video of him sent to his family asking for ransom. Through the help of security agencies, the building was tracked, the victim rescued, and the criminals apprehended. He said cash of arms and ammunition were recovered.
The property you see us taking down right now is a place where a horrendous criminal activity happened.
He warned owners of properties in Enugu to hand over the properties to trusted and reliable caretakers, as the state government will not spare any property identified as kidnappers' den. Meanwhile, the property has been confiscated by the state government as the exercise continues. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
Still on security matters, troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces have rescued 96 kidnapped victims, eliminated 118 and arrested 97 terrorists. In a statement, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, says troops in the south region of the country also recovered 87 assorted weapons and 2,244 assorted ammunition within the last 7 days. The Defense Headquarters assures that the Armed Forces will continue to develop strategies to defend the country and protect citizens from security threats. Meanwhile, a 41-year-old Canadian woman has been arrested at Lagos Airport for allegedly importing 35.20 kilograms of synthetic cannabis. She claimed she was recruited online to traffic the drugs for $10,000 to fund her master's degree. Operatives of the NDLEA also intercepted opiates worth over 9 billion naira in Rivers State, 50 kilograms of Canadian loud in Lagos, and large quantities of opioids and cannabis in Taraba State. Several suspects were arrested in connection with the seizures. The NDLEA's ongoing war against drug abuse includes sensitization activities in schools, worship centers, workplaces, and communities. Chairman CEO of the agency commends officers for their operational successes and balanced approach to drug supply and demand reduction. Now let's talk food sufficiency. NTA Yenagoa is partnering the Bayelsa State Ministry of Agriculture to cultivate the station's vast land. General Manager NTA Yenagoa, Daoji White, who received the State's Commissioner for Agriculture on an assessment visit to NTA, says the vision of the ministry is to turn available land to farms in order to boost food production in the state. Aya Prezi reports.
Food security is a major key to national development, as it takes well-fed and healthy citizenry to contribute to nation building. This explains the necessity of farming as a veritable tool for food production and security. Conscious of the Prosperity Administration's vision of assured hope, which has agriculture as one of the pillars, NTA Yenagoa management team sought partnership with the State Ministry of Agriculture for the meaningful cultivation of the station's vast land to boost food production and attain sufficiency.
I'm looking at rice farming and also aquaculture, fishing because the terrain will be very, very useful.
Bayelsa State Commissioner for Agriculture, Professor Beke Sese, on a tour of the land, expressed satisfaction with its agricultural potential and promises to make the necessary investments in line with the vision of the Prosperity Administration to enhance food production in Bayelsa State.
I've taken time to look at the land, and my engineers have told me we can use the place. So we'll go back and do a proper assessment. We must respect government funds. We must also respect the professionalism of agriculture.
The commissioner, who assures genuine farmers of necessary support, however, it reiterates the fact that portfolio farmers have no place in the plan of the state government. In Yenagoa, Aya Prezi, NG News.
The federal government of Nigeria has commenced evacuation of Nigerians living in Lebanon following the escalating conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. A statement issued by the Foreign Ministry indicates that President Bola Tinubu's government is committed to the safety and well-being of its citizens while making it top priority. The ministry says government has activated emergency protocols to ensure swift and safe evacuation of citizens back home as soon as possible. About 500 Nigerians have registered with the country's mission out of 2,000. While appreciating the remarkable understanding of the international community, the federal government urges citizens living in Lebanon not to resist evacuation and appeals for cooperation on evacuation processes. More the foreign stories. Tunisian president contests for another presidential term to earn him another 5-year term. Details with Kolo Mohammed on Global Updates.
3 years after an election in which President Kai's side staged a sweeping power grab, it is another election, and President Said is expected to secure another 5 years in office as his main critics and political rivals are behind bars. Analysts say to secure his win, President Said has locked up critics, opponents, and voices raised against his alleged misapplication of official authority. Tunisian youth say they are likely not to vote as the election, according to them, is predetermined and the process only a make-believe. The youth say they prefer to leave the country and live abroad, even if it means living illegally, as a life in their homeland is far more chaotic than an illegal life abroad. President Kais Saied addressed news agencies after casting his ballot, promising a life of honor, national integration, human capital development, and regional stability. The death toll from Hurricane Helene stands at more than 200 across several southeast states in the U.S. North Carolina was the hardest hit, recording half of the fatalities. The hurricane brought down domestic water utilities, causing power outages and the absence of safe water.
They just need water for drinking, for bathing, for dishes, for laundry, all the things.
Similarly, flash floods in Thailand drowned 2 elephants at a popular Thai tourist hotspot, Chiang Mai. Reports say local authorities had to hurriedly evacuate visitors from their hotels and shops closed in the city center. The flood also washed away tools residents used in making a living as artisans, and entrepreneurs of small-scale and medium enterprises were affected. Reports say the United Nations has emphasized the need for all nations of the world to take assertive measures to mitigate the inherent crisis that comes with climate change around the world, emphasizing the need to embrace disaster risk reduction and double efforts to defeat the climate change crisis in the long run. Kolo Muhammad.
Thank you, Mohammed, for the updates. Now talking sports, 200 Group B referees from the south, east and west of the country are undergoing fitness tests in Benin City. Their training is to ensure the referees are abreast with the laws of the game ahead of the new season of the Nigerian National League. Anwani Okolo reports.
Chairman, Referees Committee Faith Irabo and the Physical Fitness Coach Professor Dele Oladipo commended their performances so far, revealing that out of the 300 referees who participated in Group A, they recorded 2 failures on health grounds. The speed test is to assess their cardiorespiratory endurance and speed ability during match performances.
Did very well. Compared to last year, this year is a lot better. At least for this second group now, we just had 2 failures. The first group, there was none. I hope the third group will not have any casualty.
We have to keep to certain regulations that is expected, even those countries where there are professional football referees. Likewise, in this country, there are standards that must be met.
Some referees who scaled through the fitness exercise found it worthwhile.
I go 12 laps, so even I see heaven at last, self.
This is the reason why we have been training all this while, so that we'll come here and come out with flying colors.
One of the referees who pulled out of the exercise says it's an opportunity to train harder.
Since I noticed that I can't continue again, particularly because of the weather, I have to pull out so that I don't get myself injured.
Next on the training is the basic and video test on the laws of the game. In Benin, Anwulu Kolo, NTA News.
For more on sports, let's join our sportsman, Badi Adele. Badi.
But I've got a quick question for Elizabeth. Nigeria will be playing Libya, and I know Claire will be very much interested too. On Friday, will you be going to Uyo?
Is that question directed at me?
Both of you. Will you be in Uyo?
Okay, of course not. I won't be in Uyo. But one thing I know is that the Super Eagles will come out, victorious, given their history. I don't want to underrate any other team, but the Libyans made a show in 2014 when they won Chan. So anything can happen, but I root for the Super Eagles.
All right, Elizabeth.
Of course, I'm a patriotic Nigerian. I won't be in Uyo, but I'm definitely going to watch that match.
Quite beautiful.
And that's the news segment. Claire will be back with more stories. Just stay with the NTA.
Honorable Minister of Education,